Hey everyone, Nico here, welcome back to my channel, and here we are for a new episode of Road to Top 100. We left it off at top 103, I think. Now we dropped to 105, given some people certainly played in the meantime. So now we're back and trying to get to that top 100. We actually have, I think, 5 days left in this season. So we kind of need to get going for that, and nothing best than being player 2 for that. Let's have a look at the decks. Alright, nothing that interesting. I mean, training drones is always nice, but not a priority, and here Stilgar I kinda like, to be fair. Full-scale assault, expensive, but a good one for sure. Imperial Spy, blending rights, yeah, we have a, not a great one, but a good Imperium row. So who do we want? Helena and Menmon taken. Maybe Armand? Maybe ILBAN? Let us take ILBAN. I think I'm a bit more comfortable playing him right now. In the last few days or weeks I was not too bad with him. I had one insane game that unfortunately I recorded, but it just got corrupted. The file didn't work, so I couldn't upload it, but we finished it with like 10 victory points at end of round 6. It was insanely quick game, and we really, yeah, just beat everyone quite properly there. So Armand going to fall space, and we for sure will go to. Do we actually take the signet ring or Dune to go to smuggling? I think we take with the signet ring, because then we will most likely be trying to play Seek allies. Allows us also to keep 5 persuasion and potentially a Stilgar. Wouldn't hurt. I was actually asked why I like second place so much at the start, and there's actually a very simple reason for that. Is for me there are two very strong early games spots, fall space and smuggling, obviously with the Rise of X expansion. And being second means you have anyways one of the two open. So then it obviously depends on the cards you have in hand, but more often than not, if you have a balanced hand, you can go to either. So depending on where the first player goes, if he goes to fall space, you just go to smuggling. If he goes to smuggling, you just go to fall space. And the strength of being player 2 is you're player 1 the next round. So you get to choose the spot, the first spot. And then what you do is just repeat exactly what you did the first round. So if you went to fall space first round, you go back there, and then you unlock interstellar shipping. If you went to smuggling first, you go back to smuggling, and you recall, you get almost enough for a Soul Master. You're one short, but that's pretty much the idea, and that's where I find it so strong. So given it's a victory point, I think we could actually fight for it. Menmon might do the same, but let's try. To be honest, a victory point in a conflict can be worth 4 troops. We will just try it. And worst case, we just get our water back. So we would be losing net 2 troops. Seems we gave a bit of a headache to Menman. Oh, he goes for an early full-scale assault, probably. Which is interesting. But given he's not recruiting any troop, I wouldn't expect him to commit that last troop. And he probably, yes, gave up on getting first place in that conflict, which is good for us. Oh, that, my friends, is a very lucky draw. For sure we take that. Too bad for Stilgar, but that's a game-changing card, potentially. And I don't mind an Imperial Spy. Getting that Emperor access once, trashing it for an intrigue card, gets out of your deck. It's I feel like it's a good one-time use card. Oh, and he's just one short of that full-scale assault. That hurts. Because he just committed basically two agents in doing that. Paid 2 water for it, so it is a tough one. So our next round will be very obvious. Dune, the desert planet to smuggling, recalling. Then we use dagger for the swordmaster and probably playing diplomacy if anything is still open for us. But yeah, the third agent is the only one that not entirely set right now. And that is an early victory point that we take with pleasure. Actually, it will make us draw a card as well, so it mixes up our deck as it is, which is not too bad. We have 3 good cards, half of them basically. I mean, funny. I'm a big fan of wordplays in the game tags. Interesting, no one went to fold space, so it will certainly be Armand going there. Won't need to ask him twice. Unless he doesn't have the access, but I would expect him to. I don't remember what he revealed. Tech negotiation, okay. And yeah, he played a dagger here. Here played Sikala, so he should have diplomacy in hand. Interesting, he's not going there. Unless I missed something, but... it is quite good for us, quite light in terms of faction occupancy, at least so far, so that should help us with our diplomacy. Ideally, steel suits or fall space. But actually, wealth is not a bad call neither, given as ILBAN, Menta is a really powerful spot for us. We will also need some spies to take advantage of that shifting allegiances, so maybe Imperial Basin. But that's not going to be our priority, I think. I mean, unless, yeah, no, I mean, out of those three, we definitely have one open, so we will want to make use of that diplomacy. So what is Helena snatching away from the row? Alright. Not a big loss. Oh, that's an interesting one. But we won't get to it unless we do a dagger to tech negotiation, but it's not really our plan. Plans can change though, but given everyone reveals before us, I don't see us taking that risk. But now the question is, I think fall space or still suits. Well, I kind of discarded that because we have the Imperial Spy, which should allow us to go there next round. And it's actually our only faction access overall, so let's not prioritize the Emperor with our diplomacy. Our diplomacy, I think full space makes sense. It's good to pick up a full space card early in the game, provides more access to other factions or to full space again, and it brings us a bit closer to that interstellar shipping as well. I think it's not too bad. Quite happy with that round. Picking up Swordmaster round 2 is always ideal. Helena quite committed to getting that Menta. Not sure how much that is worth, but I wouldn't say that much. Okay, yeah, Guild Ambassador would have been gone anyways, so no regret in playing full space. And we will go for some persuasion. Alright, another victory point here at stake. Not sure we can do much about that. Then again, except Armand, there's not like anyone better in terms of garrison. Quite clear what card we will play or even can play at this stage. But how do we make it happen? Shifting allegiances, I'm afraid we can't activate. because we can't get any water, so that's maybe something should have anticipated round before when deciding not to go for still suits but fall space instead. The cost of that is probably not being able to activate shifting allegiances. Let's first do Imperial Spy. Feel like we want to get that done, and there's only one space for us to use it. A private army can become handy at some point. Our garrison is gone. I'm quite annoyed that there is no way for us to get to 2 spies for the shifting allegiances. Something I would really have want. Probably signet to Arakin then. I don't really see... actually 1 troop for 1 spice, maybe even 1 water, depending on what Menman does. Why not? Especially given our recent shortcomings in terms of spice, I feel like I'm willing to do that trade. And we still have 1 more agent, so maybe... yeah, okay. Even an early reveal from Menman? What for? Did he... oh, he can't do anything. Yeah, okay, it was a forced reveal. Interesting. So we have 7 persuasion. Not that far from a full-scale assault. But shifting allegiances to tech negotiation would put us at 6 and draw us 1 card. What would that card be? And there's only 1 chance of getting 2 persuasion cards, so very little chance. So, not quite sure. I mean, we don't have that much of a choice. It's either going to Imperial Basin or maybe to Dreadnought. I don't hate that. An early Dreadnought. We lose a bit of persuasion, but anyways we don't get to 8. Only thing is, there is 1 card at 2 here that I really don't want to draw. Full space and diplomacy, because otherwise our deck is quite thin in terms of quality, so... but yeah, let's do the Dreadnought play. Kinda want the Dreadnought early. Let's just hope it's not... okay, that's good. So we should at least have 1 good card in hand next round, hopefully 2. That is quite a cheap victory point for Helena, but there's not much we can do about it. I think the Chris knife for a bit of Fremen access, and the voice for a bit of persuasion, and a potentially useful agent effect depending on the situation. It is interesting, it's quite a low influence game up to now. It's been already round 3 and there's basically a maximum of... I mean, we are at the highest basically with 3 influence in total. Menmon has 2, Helena has 2 as well, and Armand has 2 as well, so yeah. That probably means that everyone will need to get a bit busier with those influence faction spots quite soon. Here another interesting conflict with another victory point at stake. Wouldn't mind participating there, especially with our newly bought Dreadnought. Wouldn't mind getting maybe also a second influence with Fall Space. Although we will probably not get a sniff of interstellar shipping for the next 2 rounds, given Armand is before us. But still getting it ready is not a bad shout. Could also go pick up wealth to Solari for a Menta. We could do that a bit later as well. Maybe a Fall Space first would be an idea. Okay, wealth is taken. So we will be a bit short in terms of Solari. Unless someone here recalls for a little Solari gift to everyone, that would be handy. Otherwise, maybe a Fall Space to Hardy Warriors, to be honest. Getting involved in the conflict. And our third agent, well, maybe a liaison to Siege Tabor or to any other city. No one picked up a tech up to now. Alright, first tech. And now Holtzmann engine. Yeah, that's the alliance for Armand. Well done. And for us, a Fall Space to Hardy Warriors, getting involved in that conflict. That victory point is of interest to us. And if we see someone competing, we could also just go to Dune. No, Haga Basin is actually taken, but Imperial Basin, for instance, then we have 2 spies just in case for a private army. And with our 2 daggers here, I think we should be quite good in securing that point. Let's see how much he commits. If he puts in 6 strength, might start doubting what he has as an intrigue. But to be honest, I kinda wanna play Dune to smuggling. Okay, that's a good in-between. I think he's just targeting the 2 water. And I'm quite confident we should be winning it without private army. At least that's the bet I'm making right now. Menmon is at 4 intrigue cards. Oh yeah, that bounty hunter. Four as well, interesting. And that's all he has, so he might be a bit of a concern here. I mean, given he has 0 spies, 1 intrigue card wouldn't be enough for him to win us. Depends on what he reveals, but assuming he is not revealing any sword. Let's see. Oh, guild bankers. Didn't even see that one popping up. Oh, I'd have liked that one, but we only have 2 persuasions, so it will be a liaison for us. He's revealing 1 dagger, so an ambush would be enough for him to tie us. Okay. Fact he's playing a card now, I kinda like. It means he's not necessarily looking to burn one during the combat. So I'm a bit more confident now. Oh, that's interesting. An entry card for 1 water. Not sure I would have made that trade-off. Well, here as well, he's got no garrison, so it's literally just for 1 water that both of them burned 1 intrigue card. At least, I mean, Manman I could understand. He's already at 2 intrigue cards, so it's not like it's his only one. But Armand just literally burned 1. His only card for 1 water that he doesn't even get. So that was quite a surprising move. Yeah, let's put our dreadnought there. That was a good point to win, to be fair. And that's a control bonus. We targeted the right city with our dreadnought, luckily. So, what do we want to do here? I think a Menta could be nice, but probably not first thing we need. Shipping if it's not taken, obviously, but I would assume Armand to go there first thing. He doesn't. Alright, well that's a Deloitte to shipping for us. And I think we want the alliance with the Fremen. So I'll take the Solari. ILBAN is always Solari hungry, so we just go for it. Especially when we don't have the High Council yet. It is some sort of a insurance that we can go for many Menta, or High Council and one Menta, or maybe Dreadnought and a couple of Menta. Anyways, Menta is a key that we will need to start taking from probably next round, or at least round 7. But yeah, we don't have any water, otherwise I would have probably... we don't actually, we don't have any more yellow space access, so no, let's block still suits. Let's plan on going there with diplomacy next round. To lock in the alliance, get 2 water out of it, will be good. I think given the garrisons we can probably again try to go for it. Again, unfortunately won't be really able to get the private army active, yeah, like in any kind of way, because we don't have any more yellow space. But yeah, it's probably going to be a time for a High Council soon as well, so let's maybe not go for combat this time. Let's leave it to Armand probably. He's got another 2 agents, we have just those 2 in the garrison. Not much we can do. So let's not deploy. Yeah, I think a dagger to High Council might even give us a full-scale assault. Yeah, there's only 3 cards that would bring us the assault, but that would obviously be good. Second Dreadnought for free, I mean, as a side bonus of that expensive purchase, would make sense. Otherwise, I mean, Opulence is also a good trade for us. And Chom Delegate, don't mind neither the reveal for a couple of Solari. Oh, a Holtzman engine for Helena. Spy satellites, oh, that's not a good one to pop up. Armand will probably be quite interested in that. It's worth 3 points for him. Right now it's also worth 3 points actually for Menman, but he's already halfway to those 3 points. So he might not be as interested. But I mean, it suits Armin's strategy so well, given his incentive with his coordination ability to just go to the non-faction access. The spy satellites is a cheat code. So yeah, let's just go to High Council. I don't mind getting a Dune out of the way for next round. Obviously would have preferred a convincing argument or a liaison. Ideally not the shifting allegiances, because I still hope to be able to make the most out of it. But Dune is like the next best, let's say. So this influence here shouldn't be too complicated. The one I'm a bit more skeptical about is the Bene Gesserit, because we still need 2 steps there. Could use obviously diplomacy for that. It's not here actually, but fall space maybe. Diplomacy will be in our discard actually. But let's see. As a first player, I mean, if Haga Basin is still there by the time of our next round, that might be a must. 5 spies for water, that would be awesome. But let's see, I'd be super surprised if no one takes it now. What else would Armin be doing? I mean, maybe going to factions actually, to get a bit of more influence, because he's already got 3 agents on non-faction spaces. Oh, but he might need to actually defend it here, but Hardy Warriors would just do that. Yeah, that's what he does. It does make sense. But that means that spice is gonna be ours. Unless we see any other priority, but to be fair, it's gonna be hard to turn down. And we have so many yellow spaces here, for sure we have at least one in hand next round, so it's gonna be fun. Let's take the delegate first, cheapest first, to see what happens behind. That's tempting, but opulence as well. I think opulence. I like the In the Shadows for sure, but it's probably a bit too late now. I'd probably just reveal it once. It might still give us 1 bump, but opulence makes it quite certain we can go there once as well in case we don't want to reveal it. So that would be sorted, so we could just focus on the Bene Gesserit. It's a bit of a gamble, obviously, but I think opulence can have more value right now versus In the Shadows. But power play, that one I would have liked. Oh, that's a full-scale assault for Menman. Oh, interesting. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Those 2 cards versus the full-scale assault might still tip a bit the balance, but on the other hand, getting a dreadnought right now without having to go to use an agent to go there, round 6, almost getting to those level 3 conflicts, I think I might have done a different choice, but I'm not saying it's the right one. It's definitely very hard to say beforehand like that. But yeah, given his trashing abilities, getting a smaller deck. Wait, how did he buy another one? Oh, my bad. No, yeah, I kind of mixed up between Armand and Menman here, obviously, but yeah, you understood me. Menman's goal. I'm not sure. I would probably have preferred the full-scale assault, but that's just my preference. All right. So we get one spice out of it. Finally, private army will be an option from now on. But yeah, Haga Basin seems too good to be true. Well, most of our good, I mean, yeah, Shifting Allegiances and Fall Space were kind of the cards I was looking forward to, and they don't appear here. How do we go? Chris Knife, I think we keep either to go to a Fremen spot or just as a reveal. So I think we go with Dune. Then we have Signaturing for potential more versatile play, maybe with the cities or the Landsrat. That will depend. I think we just throw in the Dreadnought. We don't really want to win that conflict. It's not a victory point. It's not. It's just before round 7, so we don't want to get our Dreadnought lost somewhere. So we'll just leave it there. But it's actually not too bad to have Fall Space for next round, because given the spice amount we have, that's a Hayliner right there. But that probably means we should not draw any cards here. So we should probably not really go to Menta this round, because we don't have really that much to go to Hayliner. It's just about diplomacy and Fall Space. So we don't really want to get those mixed up. We want to know we draw it next round. I don't like that play. What is she doing there? That's surprising. I mean, she has another 3 aligned. What? What is she doing? That's very surprising. We might go for a bit of more spice, to be honest, at this point. That's insane. I think we do. And our next one is probably Reconnaissance to maybe Siege Tabor, maybe Carthag. Quite surprised by that Helena play. We hopefully won't have to use it to defend our alliance. So now it's about discarding a card. That's a surprising move. Let's discard Reconnaissance. I mean, we can still play a Liaison to go to Siege Tab or anything, and we don't really have high persuasion anyways this round, so it does not matter. And we want to keep this in case we need to defend the alliance right now. Otherwise, we want to keep it to reveal it and defend it in a bit of a longer term. Alright, he needed to burn an intrigue card. Yeah, I don't like that. She probably has an intrigue card to just jump up now. Losing a troop, probably, and getting one up. No? Now, yeah, okay. So I guess we just keep it for the reveal. Actually, so playing a liaison gives us, let's say, a water and a troop. This would give us a water and a Solari. But we don't really need that Solari right now, to be honest. We have 5. We already have our High Council. It's just about Manta now. So yeah, we don't really care about that. Now it's just about persuasion. We don't really need neither, so we could use the liaison instead of using the Chris knife. next round we actually have the shifting allegiances, so if we want, or if by then she's not like fully up, we could use it to just sneak up in front of her. Although obviously I'd like rather to use it here, but I mean, 1 point is much more valuable when you steal it from another opponent, obviously. So Armand bought a tech, but it was not spy satellites. Probably was not in a position to do so, but it's interesting. So yeah, I think we go for probably for a water with the liaison. Gives us 1 troop. It's basically between 1 troop and 1 Solari, knowing that if we take the troop we have less persuasion at the end of the round. 2 instead of 4. But we will be the first one to reveal most likely, and I'm not that interested in a Gunthopter, so 4 does not make much for us, weirding way neither. So I think we can go for Siege Tab. Or, I mean, Cartag, I'm always interested, obviously, in an intrigue card, and maybe we should do that instead. Because actually, yeah, yes, for sure, Hayliner will give us water, so we don't really need water as it stands. Let's give us something nice. That's actually not too bad. Oh no, we don't want more troops, we're good. Next round, that hand I really like. We could actually even steal the Spacing Guild Alliance potentially, given we want to go to Hayliner and we still have shifting allegiances in hand. Let's see what is feasible by then. Yeah, well, seems it could be a play because that alliance seems down and dusted. So we could just reduce by 1 here, increase by 2 here, but probably first going to Hayliner before doing that. So let's see if it's feasible. Should we take another liaison? We have 1 here. And we played 1 here. Yeah, a 3rd one wouldn't hurt, I think. But that's probably gonna be all for us. With 11 spies we can almost go twice to Hayliner. Not that far away from it. And now that's a full-scale assault. Still not? That guy must hate it. Trashing cards are... Ah, okay. Yeah, no, for that, could maybe understand it. Otherwise, I was about to say trashing cards at this stage of the game is not that valuable anymore, whereas getting a Dreadnought right before round 7 sounds very sweet to me, but seems we don't have the same priorities. Oh, let's make sure that's the only point he can get from that ambassador. We need to steal that alliance, because he becomes dangerous. Getting a diplomacy with that? Oh, staged incident. Oh, that means we get a reward. Awesome. A grand total of 1 spice. Getting a diplomacy as a third card, or an... Yeah, well, opulence wouldn't bring much, but I was thinking would be not too bad to use maybe a quid pro quo on both the Spacing Guild and ideally the Bene Gesserit. But let's see. So, still no one able to go to Heyliner as it stands, so we should be able to go there. It's probably going to be the first thing we do. Hopefully it's a good conflict. Give us 2 BP. Perfect, and that's ours. Oh no, Helena stole it from us. Good catch. Alright, that's really good for us. Diplomacy to, for instance, selective reading. It means we spend a bit of spice, especially given we would also probably then play quid pro quo. But it could make sense. That's not great. I hope they're gonna leave us the selective reading for like our third agent, which is quite a hopeful statement, I know. But let's see, by then we have other priorities first, I think. Unless no one picks up spice in the first round, then we could afford delaying Heyliner just by 1 round and first going to selective reading. We would probably do so with Fall Space and then just trash Fall Space with the selective breeding effect, because I don't want to trash anything from our hand. Because Menta could still be in the cards as well with a dagger to maybe get a victory, Spice Must Flow out of our hand as well. But let's see. Is that a spy satellite for Elena? I would assume so, given her current state with the Spacing Guild. Actually, yeah, it's worth 3 points for her as well. So it's a very good purchase. Probably one that Armand should have done earlier. But anyways, who am I to judge? Ah no, actually Armand now picked up his points with those two, so it's not worth much. No, it's the right call. So, good news for us, no one picked up spice, so we can start with selective breeding first. Let's first draw a card. are right now at 9 persuasion, but we plan on playing diplomacy and shifting allegiances, so that brings us back to 6. But if we play shifting allegiances to Menta, if it's still there by then, we could hope for some persuasion coming out of here. But first we need to play Heyliner, because shifting allegiances, if we do that play first, we can't steal the alliance, but it will make it very clear to Armand what we do. But we can still steal it thanks to Quid Pro Quo. Actually, so it's not that big of a deal. Because now we go to Heyliner, then shifting allegiances bring us there, and then Quid Pro Quo is a steal. Yeah, that's awesome. And that's the kind of play that is only possible thanks to shifting allegiances. Yeah, let's do Heyliner first. And we just have enough spies for... no, we will use shifting allegiances. So we won't have enough spies for private army unless we use shifting allegiances, or after Menta with shifting allegiances we use a triangle to go pick up some spies, which we, to be fair, would do. Great Flat looks like a must at this point, but Helena is also able to go there, obviously. But I'm hopeful no one goes for the Menta right now. That would be really, really awesome. Because right now, Quid Pro Quo, assuming this play works here, we would get 1 point here, 1 from the alliance, so that's 7. If we get the Menta and we are lucky enough to get a Spice Must Flow, that would be 8, and those 2 points, I mean there's a lot of ifs, but that would mean game. That would be 10 at least, not meaning we would necessarily win, because Menmon is at 8 with 3 intrigue cards, no deck though. But he, I mean, Plunge Within wouldn't do anything for him. Corner the market neither. Grand Conspiracy, he's got no Dreadnought, no Spice Must Flow, so it wouldn't be worth anything yet. That's the Mentagon. Well, that was too good to be true, but at least we have the Great Flat open, so that we will do with our shifting allegiances. And should hopefully still bring us to 9 points at the end of this round, setting us up quite nicely for round 8. Let's do that. So, we go down with a Fremen, go up with a Spacing Guild. Now he's probably gonna see it coming, but it's too late. Let's not take any risk at this stage and do a Quid Pro Quo. That was quite a productive turn. I like those. What do we have? Opulence would be a nice pickup for next round, because that could mean either a point by going there or by spending our Solari on it. But let's see. I mean, it's basically a 50% chance of getting one. Of getting it in our hand. Hey, thank you. Oh wow, 9 daggers. That is dangerously close to us, but thankfully we have a private army, so we should be quite safe. Although she has the faction alliance and 2 spies, and I know I forgot the name of that combat card, but that gives 7 swords potentially. So she'd be at 22, we could go to 24, but obviously if she has an ambush by then. But that would mean those 2 intrigue cards are like exactly the ones they need to be, which we obviously hope they're not. A shuttle fleet. Yeah, probably going for that alliance by some extent. So we can reveal here, nothing much to buy. Could take a Legion actually. No, let's not. I mean, we probably will get that point I mean, with one of the cards in our deck, and if we ever get to those cards from our discard again, that's just 1 persuasion. It's not good enough. Oh, we could actually take a Fremen camp though. Let's take it with the persuasion, and the agent effect makes it not a bad card, especially for spice-rich people like us. Web of Power, way too late for it, but awesome card to pick up early, so much fun. Everyone passed. That's very nice. That means we get very close to triggering the end game, but our Dreadnought is gone for next round. Let's put it on card tag, obviously. Another 2 victory points combat, but we are quite thin there. First things first, hopefully we get the Manta, because here it could mean some good cards. Because right now we don't really have any of those. Oh, that's a Hayliner from Helena. I mean, for us, if she wins the conflict, I think it's best, given the others have a bit more points already. Helena, although... Oh, wait, Spy Satellites and Holtzman Engine. Maybe not the best, no. 1, 2, 3 points. She's at 8, technically. Does she have a... She has a Spice Must Flow, so 1 more this round, and it's another point from Holtzman. I have to admit, it's actually probably the most dangerous opponent we have right now. I misjudged it fully. Okay, purely going for that alliance at this stage. But that's awesome, because we get the Menta. And boy, did we need that one. Oh, that's awesome. Opulence is a lucky draw here. Yeah, for sure. And we have 11, so that probably means we can end up at least 11 points, which is very good. Just need to be careful to not spend too much persuasion. We could play Opulence to Conspire, for instance, and get the point from there, but I'm not sure we want to do that. Although it's a way to get maybe another intrigue card, 2 troops to get in the conflict, but it means we decrease a bit the potential tiebreaker. Huh. Good that Arakin remains empty. Ah, yeah, I was about to say, because we might want to go there with the signet ring to get another persuasion in our hand, because right now we can only play 2 cards basically, and we still have 3 agents, but it seems that's how it will be. But playing Opulence could make sense actually. It gives us a point here. It gives us an intrigue card, which I like. It gives us 2 troops that we could deploy with our last agent with the signet ring, probably to Haga Basin to just pick up some more spies. So basically we spend 4 spies right now to get an intrigue card and 2 troops, and then we should be picking up 3 spies. So we kinda lose 1 spies, but it's also a way to participate in the conflict and maybe get 2nd place here, another intrigue card. Or we could just go to Carthage, get 1 troop in, get an intrigue card that way, spending Opulence as a reveal. No, I think I like that play. It's also actually a way... No, Helena is not interested at all, given she has the spy satellite. Ah, interesting. With this, actually... No, I thought we could actually go to selective reading, but it doesn't bring us much. I mean, technically right now we can't, but if we use the signet to get to Haga Basin, for instance... why not? Why Haga Basin when Imperial Basin gives us exactly the same amount of spice? Good that we see that before doing the play. But, yeah, no. Would just allow us to play 1 more round, but it's no use. I mean, we have our spice must flow sorted, and that influence is good as well. We don't need more. So yeah, it's not really not useful. Dispatch and envoy, not useful for us. Venmon, early reveal for a victory point, but I think those 2 intrigue cards are not that scary. I don't think he can do much to us. The corner of the market useless, plans within plans useless. What's the name with for 10 plus Solari? War chest useless. The one for 3 decks useless. He has no dreadnought. Grand Conspiracy could probably put him to 10. That's the only endgame card that could help. But we should go to 11 thanks to a Spice Must Flow. So we're not that scared of him. Elena, 1 Spice Must Flow, probably a 2nd one. Let's assume worst case, so at 6. 6, the Holtzman engine then brings us to 7. And Spy Satellites brings her to 8, 9, 10. Detonation 11, winning the conflict 13. So if she wins that conflict, we're cooked. There's nothing we can do about it. So our plan will be for sure signaturing to Imperial Basin, at least make sure we can use private army if we need to. Do we though? No, there's nothing we can do. We're at 4. We can get to 9. They're already far from that. So let's just go to Carthage actually. We don't need private army. And Carthage could bring us maybe an endgame card. Let's hope so. No. But it's still better. No, it's actually just one sword less than with Private Army, but it's... Yeah, I mean, it was a better play, I think, overall. If anyone comes to Imperial Basin, that would allow us to trigger Private Army, actually. And then we would get to 15. Which is still a long shot. Yeah, I mean, with 9 daggers, what can we do about that? Yeah, and Armand has 0 in 3 cards, so yeah. GG, Elena, that's a game for you. But we hopefully will end up second. Should do so, though. Let's assume... Um, so... Yes, it seems Helena wins by 1. But we still have one small hope. And it's already crashed. Nothing for us right now. Okay, so that's Allied Armada. Oh, she does have cornered the market. That is nasty. Yeah, by 1. Rather by 4. This one was awesome. Really, really good game from her. But from us as well, to be fair. I think we fought as much as we could. And let's see what it does to our rank. I assume not that much. Maybe still 1 or 2. 102? Is it? 104. Alright. Yeah, so not too bad. Quite happy with that. Anyways, thank you very much everyone for joining, and don't forget to like and subscribe, please. That would really mean the world to me. And yeah, join me maybe once on a Sunday for a live. Be happy to see you there, and have a good one. See you. Bye bye.